This is your demo in under 20. So if you don't have this product already in your studio, then you will need to get it if you want to do this type of a project. Now, Aves is the same company you might be familiar with that makes epoxy sculpt that seems to be going into every mosaic art project these days, whether you follow Kelly Knickerbocker or you follow Rachel Sager or Cheryl Cohen. Them and many others, Marie Swinnon, Margot Anton, they're all using epoxy sculpt for one reason or another, going into jewelry, going into uncommon canvases, making tinted tessera with it. Epoxy sculpt is amazing. But today we're going to talk about Paper Mache from the same company. And what this is we're going to create kind of like a bas relief, which is just like it's like a sculptural relief where there's a projection from the surrounding surface, you know. So here I have a couple of examples of something that's already cured, and these are just to show you what it can do. And both of these were made wet onto the substrate and they will not come off. So it attaches itself to the substrate as it cures. So what we're going to do is talk about making something that can be made into a mosaic after it cures. So what I have here is a wetty board, and I thought I'd show you something maybe that would be good for the holiday season. But I did want to show you a little bit of a mistake when it comes time to making this, and that's this one. And this one has a lot of bumps, as you can see, and you can sand this product down. You need to wear a mask, and doing it outside is recommended. But if you don't pay attention to your levels when you're creating it, it can become a bit challenging to mosaic on top of. So this is just showing you a little bit of a mistake so that you can do it more correctly when the time comes. You can also tint it. If you want to tint it when it's wet, you can add color to it before, and you can have different colors. You cannot mosaic it. This has so many applications, but this is just to show you something really quickly. One thing that I like to do is take the epoxy sculpt, which now I am mixing the A and the B really quickly. And if you don't know about that, like I mentioned earlier, I have lots of courses on how to use epoxy sculpt as an adhesive or as how to create tessera. Kelly Knickerbocker, like I said, has a great course on that. So I'm just mixing it up here, then I'm going to show you what you can do with it. And this is going to be as an adhesive. So you want to make sure you have your part A and part B. They should be the exact same amount and mixed together, and you're getting them mixed really well. You shouldn't see, two different colors. You want to make sure they're melded really well, and it's one color, and this is, I believe, the natural color. So, but this, what you can do is I would wrap this all the way around my leaf. Let's get it a little thinner. Make a little snake, little worm, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to wrap it. And now I'm going to stick it down to my substrate. This will never come off the substrate again if it cures. So this is all about going to last a long time. This is very much an interior project only. Then you can take something like these beads and you can set them into the epoxy sculpt. Now these guys are not going anywhere once this cures. So if you're looking to create a project, this is a great way to get started and getting your tessera down. Then if you want to come in with your weld bond or whatever adhesive you like, you can start to mosaic around it. But this beads will give you like a really nice outline around this leaf. So again, this is just to give you an idea of something you can do. You can use the epoxy sculpt as long as you really see how I'm getting it really tightly onto the mache, then the epoxy sculpt will stay forever in this position with the beads on there. You can come back and grout it. Just use your imagination, experiment with it, but it is a really great product. But right now I'm going to show you how I am going to outline my Christmas tree that would be great for the holidays, right? This would make a great gift. So we're going to do a hand drawing, so forgive me if it's not perfect, but who wants perfection? I'm going to just hand draw that. So now I have my Christmas tree. Maybe I'll have an ornament here and there. And what we'll do when we come back is I will show you how to mix this with water, which is all you're going to need. And then we will make a mâché Christmas tree. And this is just another one of their products. This one comes out gray, called Master Mâché. It's a more concentrated and stronger product than the Paper Mache. They also have clay mâché. So check out their website for all their different products that they have. So when we come back, we're going to work on creating a Christmas tree out of the Aves Paper Mache. So what the directions say for this product is just, first of all, it shows you what it can be used for, and then it has an ingredients on here somewhere, but it's non-toxic, and you're just going to mix it with water. Now it's very powdery, it's a very fine powder, kind of like flour, so I already took it out of the container, and I did 4 parts of this, which is 3¼ ounce little cup, salsa cup. So 4 parts of this to 1 part water, and that is to get you more of a batter consistency. But if you do want it to be a little more loose, you can do 3 to 1. These samples I did over here were 4 to 1. So now I'm going to take my water and try and get like a full cup here, and I'm going to pour it into here. And I just have this water squeeze bottle here if I need to just add a little bit more, and I can do it a little more controlled. I love having that bottle nearby when I mix grout or mortar or this stuff. So kind of starting with using my little popsicle stick here, but I think I'm going to need a little bit more water. Oopsie, that defeats the purpose. Stick a little more in there. So I'm kind of just eyeballing it. I have used this a few times, so I'll know when I get to my consistency. So as you can see, 4 to 1 sometimes is not true. So I suggest just go to what works for you. You may not need a lot of it, so maybe you're doing something small, so you need to pare down your measurements as well. Just make sure. It's about consistency, much like thin set. I don't think thin set we ever do the parts to water. We just kind of go by what feels good. That feels just a little bit on the heavy, thick side, so loosening it up just a little bit. Now I'm happy. All right, so get that all mixed up really good. There's no slaking with this or any of that. You can go to their website. They've got lots of great information there. The Aves, I think is the way they say it. And this comes in other forms. There's like a couple others. A clay shea, so one that's like clay. There's another one that's gray. This is the white. But basically all the same ideas. You're creating these molds sort of thing. So now I just take it in my hand, and I'm just going to lay it down. And what's great about this stuff is really how it molds. So once it's on the substrate, you can really play with it and get it to the shapes you want. And for the flower, I made little balls and then I laid them on the substrate. But really what makes this fun is literally manipulating it to the exact shape that you want. So I'll just keep messing around with it until I feel I want to leave a little space up there to probably put a little star or something. But it's, you know, you're eyeballing it. What looks like a Christmas tree, what doesn't look like a Christmas tree is kind of the idea. So we can come back. This is a little looser than maybe I went on my other ones I made to show you, the flower and the abstract. But again, you're just sort of, it'll still dry. It takes a full 24 hours to dry. So you can't play with it until you get there. That's for sure. But putting it right onto the substrate so that you want these to kind of match, right? So you can pinch it off if it's too much. Kind of get that even. That's looking a little more Christmas tree. Okay, so now we'll take the second chunk and come down here. Sort of do the same thing. Now this one, you know, you really gotta find your lines that I drew. You want to sort of get in there, and I'm going to get on that line. A little bit more on this side. It's good to put more down and take away than try and thin out, because you really want that consistency in the same height, especially if you're doing a piece like this. So you can find your line. So that's too much, right? And you can sort of take it off the end and then stretch it. So this is going to be kind of a Tim Burton meets Dr. Seuss sort of Christmas tree, but I like it. Whoever's going to get it as a gift is really going to like it. It'll be fun to mosaic something like this. So again, you're going to stay close to your edges. You want these to match a little bit longer maybe than the other one. Shorten these up a little, and you can manipulate them even if you walk away for like a half hour or so. You can come back and see if they need a little manipulation. Okay. All right, now let's do the stem. So it looks like I made just enough. Trunk, probably not a stem, but a trunk is what I meant. There we go. I say Christmas tree. Yeah. So fun. You can really mix media this, 3D it. You could put mantra words in it. You could do anything to the substrate. And what you've got here now is just something that is sitting a little bit higher and gives you that bas relief sort of effect. And you can really have fun with it. So once it dries, I will make some decisions how I want to mosaic it. I might, like I said, mess with it a little more. I kind of like this side better. It's got more of a straight edge, so you can sort of push that out. See how that gave it more of like a sharper kind of turn, angle. And there is your Christmas tree. So that is the demo in under 20, taking this material and being able to create these things that stay on the substrate, and then you can mosaic right on top of them. So go get some Aves Paper Mache or the Cliche. Look at their website, see what you like, and if this excites you, you can do it. And then make sure to look at the Mosaic Arts Online hanging hardware installation, see how to put it on the back of Weddy board if you haven't checked that out yet, so that you don't need to go from the front of the Weddy board. There is a way to do it straight on the back if you've already made your art or you don't want to put your hanging hardware through the front of your piece. So go have some fun and post what you create.